There he is, the Australian #1. He's been in that position for a number of years. 27 now. He's currently dipped to 30 in the world, but he won't be too agitated by that. He knows that the only way really for him is up, and maybe not back to his best ever ranking, but certainly somewhere towards it. Once again, a player that has performed so well in the Grand Slams. The only one he hasn't been to the final of, the French Open. Bit of history between these two players, and they've all come in the Grand Slams as well. Hewitt got a win on the hard courts at the US Open. Djokovic got him back last year at Wimbledon in a thrilling 4-setter. But Djokovic ran away with it in the round of 16 at the Australian this year in 3 straight sets, and once again underlines the improvements in Djokovic's play.
First set, Leighton Hewitt to serve. Ready? Play.
Former champion to begin the second of today's quarterfinals.
That's first set.
Should of course been the third, but because of the withdrawal of Andy Murray, it becomes the second. Wonderful start.
Law 15.
Thanks very much, Sue. Yes, a stunning start by Djokovic. Backhand up the line winner. And I think I tend to agree with John Lloyd. This definitely has the potential to be the best match of the day.
Law 30.
Djokovic, who has learnt that skill of building his way into a tournament, not perhaps playing his best at the start.
Oh, that's a fabulous smash.
15-30.
It's a great defensive lob, and Hewitt really has to get back and controls this well. He just slices it away from Djokovic. He has no chance. See, that's a good sign for Hewitt coming forward. I think, you know, Tony Roach has really helped improve that part of his game. Right there, we see Tony Roach in the cap, former coach of Roger Federer before Leighton Hewitt.
And Ivan Lendl, of course, and Pat Rafter. What a sensational job he did with those players.
He's worked with some greats, hasn't he?
He is. He has.
Oh, that's too good.
30-40.
No question that this player in your picture is going to be one of the game's greats as well over the next few years.
Well, that's the part that's so impressive from Djokovic is I played him before in a very quick court, and you think that low slice is going to be very effective, but he finds a way to get around that ball.
Game, Djokovic. First game.
It is the first game, but it's a breaker serve already against Leighton Hewitt.
It's not the sort of start he'd hoped for. You know, Djokovic has really started well, very impressive. He knows he's got a tough match here, and this is really going to show whether he's really improved from last year on grass, because as he said leading out of the locker room, I think Hewitt is the slight favorite.
Results over the course of the year would certainly suggest that this is going to be Djokovic's match.
The thing which I always question with Djokovic is his movement around a grass court. Does he move well enough? He competes well enough. He has the game. But the big question, can he win here and can he win Wimbledon, is his movement on a grass court, of course.
Law 15.
Second quarter-final of the year for Hewitt. First one was in his hometown in Adelaide.
all.
Played Davis Cup for his country after Miami, but then took the rest of the time off before the French Open to try and get his hip better. Lost in the third round there in a 5-set thriller with David Ferrer.
Oh, that's just too good. I mean, this is just a lovely drop shot. It has to be a good shot because Hewitt is one of the fastest guys around the court, and it just makes it look so easy.
Certainly feel as though Djokovic can match him in that department.
I wonder how much speed Hewitt has lost from that hip injury, because it's quite a serious injury. Because that was his main asset when he was world #1. He moved so well. A fabulous return. It's a great play.
Juice.
This is what Leighton Hewitt was doing all the time when he was world #1. Great backhand return. And he sees the opponent going to the open court, so he plays it right behind him. Very clever.
All good.
Ball just at the back of the court there. Just getting collected.
Advantage Djokovic.
Good serve there from the Serb. He kept that ball very low, and I think you were perhaps expecting it to come up a little more.
Juice.
See, I don't really mind that double fault because he's going after it. And if Djokovic is going to win Wimbledon, he has to be aggressive on that second serve. And a player, you really tell how great they are by their second serve. It's not always their first serve.
Advantage Djokovic.
Rectifies the mistake with an ace, his first of the match. Testing game here for the world #3.
Game Djokovic.
Clinical finish.
Djokovic leads 2 games to love.
Do you think hitting a big second serve against Hewitt is a good play? Because I kind of feel that he's at the stage right now where he actually wants pace to be able to use that pace rather than actually sort of, if you throw in a medium pace serve, he struggles to generate enough to hit a winner back past you.
15 love.
I think that's something for the future. He also hit a slice on that second serve, and yes, Hewitt does like the pace, but I'm sure Djokovic is a clever enough player to mix it up.
Very love.
First eights for the 5'11" Aussie.
Love.
See, that's a great serve on grass. That slice out wide, it just keeps going and going, as we saw in the previous match with the Karlovic.
Game Hewitt.
Hewitt's on the board.
Djokovic leads 2 games to 1.
Sort of game that he needed there, just to settle the nerves and get himself involved in the match.
For the finals, we draw out the kings of knowledge to play the game, who are unfazed, undefeated, until now.
Which 2001 football movie starred Keira Knightley?
Pass it like Beckham.
Wrong. Bend it like Beckham. Wrong. Manchester United.
Have a ball of a time.
Yeah, I agree.
With Samsung Kickoff, Pundit Special, Monday on Star Sports.
Pass it like Beckham.
Download Samsung Kickoff online to experience the game yourself.
He's the only man out of these two that has dropped a set to get through to this stage, but he is the one that has made the quicker start. And Vida in Djokovic's side now for over a year.
Marion, I think, is a great coach. He's working with her body previously, and he's just very, very good as a coach.
Love. Love.
Not quite as beautiful as it was earlier on, but still the clouds fairly high. No threat of rain at the moment.
40 love.
It's amazing with Djokovic. He's just got this presence now from everything he does since he's become a Grand Slam champion at the beginning of the year.
Game Djokovic.
It's raining aces off both players' rackets, though, at the start of this.
Djokovic leads 3 games to 1.
And I think that's the thing that I've been most impressed with, that he can play ordinary by his high standards at early part of a tournament, but as it progresses, he certainly seems to be able to just raise it a notch for the quality players that he encounters.
Well, that's why we're talking him as a future number 1, because he can do that. He can change the gears in his game when it counts.
First slip, he was getting pushed wide there.
15.
So right here you see Hewitt slip on this slice. Djokovic really takes advantage, but there's not much he can do from there.
Ball 30.
You just hate that as a player. I remember when I used to play at Queen's Club, they're probably the tournament that called the most second serve double faults on tour if they had a stat. That's well played.
(15-30).
It's a good get from Djokovic, but Hewitt, this aspect of the game which he seems to be improving, coming forward on the right ball, and that's just an easy put away from there.
(15-40).
Quickly back onto the former world #1 off the racket of Djokovic, and already Serb taking control of this match and has a real chance here to cash in on a second breaker serve.
30-40.
I'd like to see Hewitt using that serve more. It's very effective on grass, and so far every time he's gone there, he's won the point.
Halt.
Kept him off balance all the way through that rally. Wonderful from Hewitt.
Juice.
Just held this one long enough to go cross court, but kept pegging Djokovic back in that backhand corner. Stunning return.
Advantage Djokovic.
Look at this return. Look at his balance. Look how low he is with those feet, and that's just perfect timing. He's well inside the court taking that on. Hewitt has no time there. It's about a step inside the baseline when he hits this one. Boom.
Game Djokovic.
I'm surprised he didn't take a challenge out for that one. He just took the word of the champ.
Djokovic leads 4-1.
The majestic Hall of Fame houses only the greats, and the next in the chronicles of glory belongs to the fearless, who can seize the most sought-after coat of arms. Get a round of the latest news surrounding the Premier League and look ahead to the forthcoming fixtures. Premier League World, Thursday on ESPN. Experience all the hard-hitting and heart-pounding action of the FIA World Touring Car Championship on ESPN. This program is brought to you by Yokohama.
It's just hurt the Australian perhaps in terms of his speed around the court.
Well, the other thing with Djokovic is he's got much more power than Hewitt had when he was world #1. And he's also taller. He's physically stronger than Hewitt was. And the game keeps on getting better every year. So to get to that standard, you have to keep on improving and getting better every day. So he's the future of what Hewitt was back when he was #1.
Love.
It's looking very convincing at the moment. And what's impressed me about Djokovic is his movement. His movement has been exceptional today, and it's the first time I've seen him so comfortable on the grass.
all. $30-15.
I think it will take Djokovic a couple of years till perhaps he can transfer his clay court skills and movement as quickly onto the grass as somebody like Hewitt. I mean, he's still relatively a novice on this surface. And I don't mean that in the quality of his results, but in terms of the actual amount of time he's spent on it.
40-15.
I would agree with you on that, but the other aspect, it depends what sort of weather we're going to have for Wimbledon. If it's dry, per se, the courts will be a lot easier to move on than when it's lush. So right now the courts are dry and he's moving on it beautifully today. So this is probably what you're talking about, Mark, here. Getting right behind him in the change of direction. He's just not good enough yet. He's just a little bit off balance there when he should have split and be already down right here.
And you get him on a hard court, and I guarantee you he would have picked that up. Changes direction beautifully, not just with his racket, with the ball, but also himself.
Oh, shouldn't have missed that one. Right here, he hits a great slice approach shot. This is an easy volley, and he should make that one. Just bad technique straight down into the net. He's very disappointed on that one.
Bread and butter. It's always a little bit of pressure, though, when you attack Hewitt, isn't it?
Advantage Djokovic.
Well, he loves to target Hewitt. I mean, he thrives on someone who attacks and serve and volleys against him. You know, when he won that U.S. Open against Sampras, he was majestic in his passing shots.
Game, Djokovic.
As I found out when he was about 11 years old and he beat me.
Djokovic leads 5-1.
Yes, but he did beat Andre Agassi when he was 15, so don't feel too bad about it.
I did at the time, I can assure you. Doesn't look like such a bad loss these days, but at the moment, it's been all Djokovic in this one.
Law 15.
Hewitt's wife there as well. And not too many smiling faces in the Hewitt camp at the moment, understandably so.
15-all.
But you have to give credit to Djokovic. He's kept a great length on the return to serve, and he's played so well. There's not really too much Hewitt could have done.
$15-30.
Forcing Hewitt to go for it, and at the moment, the forehand not in good working order.
$30-all.
Once again, diffuses a good first serve from Hewitt and gets himself in a winning position. The point. First time he's really failed to capitalise on that.
$40-30.
Just struggling with his footing a little bit, Hewitt. Just making sure that he didn't have any grass, I think, caught up in the pimples on his shoes.
That's some tremendous hitting. Great return here. And look how early he takes his forehand. He just takes that well on the rise. Hewitt has no chance to that. And this is what's so impressive, because when you watch his forehand, it's such an extreme grip, but he hits it so well. See, there's another example of Djokovic's movement right there on hard courts. He would have been able to get a two-hander on that one instead of playing the slice.
Game, Hewitt.
Hewitt salvages the game.
New balls, please. Djokovic leads 5-2.
Every week, SportsCenter brings you an update on the athletes and the happenings around the preparation of the Olympic Games. Counting down to the biggest sporting event in the world. SportsCenter Special Countdown to Beijing, Tuesdays on ESPN. This program is presented to you by Kia Motors, the power to surprise. Catch the world's best players on the UBS Golf Club. Enjoy golf's stunning locations as we get the complete story from your favorite tour stars. This month, we're in Shanghai for the thrilling finish to the BMW Asian Open. We talk course design with the Golden Bear, Jack Nicklaus. We discover the golf factor with America's most successful sports magazine. And it's time for some fun with the world's #1 trick golfer, Jeff Swain. Plus the latest advice with a passion for golf and your weekly Nike golf tip. The UBS Golf Club on Star Sports.
Time.
So that is going to limit his progress up the rankings.
Well, there's no question about that with Djokovic. His Grand Slam record is amazing. I mean, if you look at his last 4 slams, Australia he won, semis of the French, finals of the US Open, and a semi last year at Wimbledon. That is a tremendous record. Very, very consistent.
How couldn't he have achieved that on PlayStation? 5-2 for Djokovic.
Law 15.
Why does that always happen? When you talk about someone's serve being so good, they always hit a double fault.
Welcome to our world.
15-all.
Well, he made up for it.
30-15.
Attacked with variety when he's had the chance off both wings, not necessarily to get himself into the net, but here once again going cross court there, and Hewitt was really flat-footed.
You know what's amazing for
40-15.
me is Hewitt is one of the best return to serve players in the world, and he is not having a read on the Djokovic's serve at all.
28 minutes and a first set point already for Djokovic.
Game and first set.
Could not have gone
Djokovic
better.
6-2.
Could not have played better.
Before the finals, we draw out the kings of knowledge to play the game, who are unfazed, undefeated, until now.
Which 2001 football movie starred Keira Knightley?
Pass it like Beckham.
Wrong. Bend it like Beckham. Wrong. Manchester United.
Have a ball of a time. With Samsung Kickoff, Pundit Special, Monday on Star Sports.
Pass it like Beckham.
Download Samsung Kickoff online to experience the game yourself. Some are born into greatness, others become great on their own. Trace the making of a champion, transformed from an angst-filled teen to a grand ambassador of the game, who is possibly the greatest player of all time.
It's a tough loss because it was my fifth one I was going for, and he got me. It was kind of the changing of the guard, so to speak.
He's there, he's arrived. There was the champion in the making.
Roger Federer, Spirit of a Champion on Star Sports. The majestic Hall of Fame houses only the greats, and the next in the chronicles of glory belongs to the fearless, who can seize the most sought-after coat of arms.
Welcome to Sports Centre.
One reporting from
Stephen
and
Sutherland
Liz Murray reporting
International
from
Circuit. And Reggie Stanley for Sports Centre.
Welcome. This is
Sports Centre, now here in Malaysia. Every Monday to Friday night at 7, we travel around the world to bring you the latest.
On international sporting action and Malaysian sports.
wherever the big stories take us.
You can be sure you'll hear from experts.
By Malaysians.
For Malaysians.
From Malaysia, Sports Centre.
Needs to take away the Serbs' time.
Love.
Does a good job there.
That's one thing Roach, who's coaching Hewitt right now, teaches the players how to transition forward. And I think he did a good job with that with Roger Federer, and Hewitt's starting to do that a lot better as well.
See Djokovic with time on the ball, and he's been so destructive.
You know what's been impressive though about this is the return down the middle of the court to take the next ball and attack it and come forward. I mean, that's been his strategy all day. Return it, give Hewitt no angles to play with from the first ball. Well, this is Hewitt's favorite shot, this backhand up the line. Nobody hits it better. Never going to miss one of those. Such an easy take back and then just straight through the ball.
40-15.
Three aces now for the 27-year-old.
Game Hewitt. First game, second set.
The boy from Adelaide racking up another one in his first game of this second set, and a better start, considering he lost his opening service game in the first set, so on the board early here.
Well, Hewitt's the sort of character who's just going to fight for every single point. That's what got him to world #1, that determination, that concentration. Having lost the first set, he won't worry about it. He knows it's a 3-set match. Doesn't matter if he loses the first set. And I expect a very competitive second set. And if not, he's going to try to find a way to get it to the third set.
Law 15.
Going to need to repaint these lines. He's hit so many down the middle there.
But it is a calm day. It's a good day for serving. It's not too windy compared to yesterday.
(15-30).
Bit of a gentle breeze, but certainly the weather conditions much better than they were yesterday. Cold and damp.
Hewitt will be disappointed to miss that one. That is his favorite shot, that backhand topspin lob.
(40-30).
His experience was telling him there that that was the moment that he had half a chance to get himself really involved in this match, but unfortunately for him, handed Djokovic an unforced error.
Game Djokovic.
And a second one.
1 game off.
Not the type of errors you come to really expect from Lleyton Hewitt over the years. So a little opportunity, a little moment in the match missed, perhaps, for the 27-year-old.
Law 15.
It's not a good last 3 points for Hewitt. 2 unforced errors on the forehand and a double fault.
Yeah, and I think he's a little tentative to hit that ball out there, because Djokovic is waiting for that second serve at the moment. Beautifully built point once again from the serve. Patient.
Law 30. (15-30).
He'll be disappointed with that 98 miles an hour second serve on his favorite side to put that in the net.
A little change up though there from Hewitt. I mean, he is having a think out here. He's got options to manage. And certainly Djokovic right now is more than a handful.
Third shot.
Outrageously good from Djokovic.
30-40.
I have to say this return was slightly mishit though. Got a little bit lucky on the, yeah, just fractionally.
I actually thought he meant it.
I thought he meant it, but I think he got away with one a little bit there. He was aiming for that direction, but not that good.
Game Djokovic. Djokovic leads 2-1.
Disappointment there for Hewitt on serve.
Would it be more McLaren magic in Montreal? Or would BMW be the eager beavers in the race to the checkered flag? Or the highlights from the Gilles Villeneuve circuit right here on Star Sports.
Get all you need in one weekly hit. Golf Focus brings you the big news and the latest views.
Very difficult to putt.
Get the inside track and all the accessories. From fashion.
Have to match my outfit.
To the newest fads. And of course, those invaluable tips.
That's pretty ugly.
Stay on top of the game with Golf Focus on Star Sports.
Finally comes the finals of the most hard-nosed rivalry when Celtics meets Lakers.
What a quick victory for the Celtics. They win the Eastern Conference Finals, and now it's on to face the Lakers.
There can only be one NBA Finals on ESPN.
Jason, thanks a lot. Good illustration there from Jason Goodall on why Djokovic has been comfortable on serve, and very interesting to see the difference between the grass and the clay. And although we are talking a lot about how much slower the grass courts have become, they are still, as you can see, quite different from the clay. And that ball, when it's struck on a grass court, still stays hit.
The other thing to mention as well is service percentage has been amazing. This set alone, he's serving at 83%, and for the match, it's 78%. You're not going to lose your serve very often with those sort of stats.
50-love.
Continuing in the same vein as well.
Very love.
Bit of pride in that return, I think.
30-15.
No question about it. Hewitt's one of the best returners in the world, and when he picks it, he punishes the return.
Flawless.
40-15.
Absolutely flawless performance.
Game, Djokovic. Djokovic leads 3-1.
Well, we watch sport because we want to see good competitive matches and see players go at it head to head and that whole mental challenge, but there is also part of it just to watch somebody right at the top of their game exhibiting all their skills, and right now that's what we're getting from Djokovic. Oozing class out here. Well, he's human.
Well, there's no question about it, but his tactics today have been superb. He hasn't given Hewitt many angles to play with and has started the rallies down the middle of the court. And then when a chance arrives, he really goes for it, and it's all working, apart from that last backhand.
$15-all. $30-15.
Finally missed one of those, but it's not a bad attempt once again by Djokovic, but Hewitt waiting there with his double-hander to try and flick it into the open court.
I mean, this is just a fabulous return. He's starting to make Hewitt look very average. He's just in complete control.
Well, and he sent him the wrong way a number of times. Hewitt, over the course of the years he reigned at the top of the game, seemed to have the best balance out of anyone.
Mr. Hewitt is challenging a call on the right center serve. The ball was called out. Goal stance.
Been his most productive play.
40-30. Mr. Hewitt has 2 challenges remaining.
It's quite unusual to say for Hewitt that his best play so far is coming net, because from the back of the court against most guys he'd be winning, but now he has to add that to his game.
Juice.
Slices a shot that's got better for Djokovic. Got good length on that one. Once again, not allowing Hewitt any time to really settle.
Advantage Hewitt. Juice.
It's been a simple game plan, as you say, Greg, but an effective one. It's not allowed him any angles, and I think it's also just allowed him to focus on one spot on the court to hit that return to.
Well, I'd like to see Hewitt serve and volley a few balls, because he knows that return is coming there, just to put Djokovic off a little bit. That's not his natural tendency.
Advantage Hewitt.
Hewitt again electing to go into the body rather than out wide and tucking Djokovic up to some extent there.
Juice.
But the amazing thing with Hewitt is he's not willing to exchange once that return comes down the middle, and he's trying to go for a winner way too early in the rally.
Don't you think he has to, though? I mean, because the moment he allows Djokovic time on the ball, I don't think he's almost won a point when Djokovic has got on the front foot.
I think he has to neutralize him with the ball back down the middle.
Advantage Hewitt.
Because putting the reverse on that, if he doesn't hit it back down the middle and gives Djokovic an angle to play with, he's running, so he has to almost neutralize with the same depth. But it's easier said than done. Just like that, that's what I wanted Hewitt to do. See the way he neutralized him from that rally and actually brought it back down the middle to create the opening for himself. So that's what I'd like to do.
As the floodlights get turned on, the voices from the fans, the sounds of football travels far and wide. A culture that stands out from the rest. A tradition that is unique on its own. The echoes of Asian football reach millions. Football Asia on ESPN. Football Asia is brought to you by Hyundai Motor Company. Drive your way.
So me and Michael Schumacher, I'm racing him wheel to wheel. I take the
There's been an emergency. Alex Young just hurt himself. They have nobody drive for Team Malaysia. Your country needs you. Come on, let's go.
And Team Malaysia has a replacement driver, Sanjeev Pala. We got to the formation now. We are off. Oh, a real nasty accident there. And Sanjeev's car has a damaged nose. Pala makes a comeback and shot the A1 world by winning his first ever Grand Prix. Great stuff from the young Malaysian.
all in a day's work. You're an engine block.
Quite an obituary for Hewitt's career, but certainly not a glowing report. But I just exactly know where you're coming from. It has certainly been a tough year from his point of view in terms of the injuries and also the results. It has to be said, even when he's been on the court, he's had some tough losses.
Hey, for a guy who's going to be top 15 in the world still, that's still a fantastic ranking if you think about talking about a global perspective. For most people, they don't even reach those heights.
Law 15.
Onus really on Hewitt to make something happen out here at the moment, and that was a good first point. Quick to recognise the situation.
Net for serve.
Oh, that's well played.
Law 30.
Right here. He takes Djokovic deep, and look how early he's going to take this backhand on the rise and move forward. That's a great play. Maybe you heard us in the commentary booth, and he's motivated to show us that he can get back in the top 10.
Well, certainly that's been a good couple of points, but the key difference is he's been able to get the ball back into play. Djokovic has served so well. He's pretty much taken Hewitt's racket out of his hands on return. Special second serve from a special player.
15-30.
And if Hewitt was expecting a safe second serve kicked in there by Djokovic, he was sadly mistaken. Frustration for Djokovic as he slips in that rally. And perhaps a little concern for Marian Vida that his player is going to allow his lead to slip away.
It's been impressive, his second serve today. I've just been watching it. The speed has been very consistent, about between 108 and 119, which is impressive. I don't remember him having that much speed on it, so that's an asset which I think he's improved, or he's changed for the grass.
And tucking up Hewitt there, he didn't give him any width, did he, to lean on and try and be aggressive with.
Clever play. To encounter a couple of let cords in that rally as well. Djokovic made the adjustments. Look at him take this backhand up the line, and the reaction after it is just absolutely brilliant. He knows how big that point was. And look at the disappointment from Hewitt. He knows that was a big chance to get back in this match. See how much this week means to the likes of Nadal, Roddick and Djokovic. Could well have the top 4 seeds through before the end of the day as well.
Advantage Hewitt.
Hasn't offered up too many of those in this match, but that one gives Hewitt yet another chance to break.
It's been fascinating because you'd expect Djokovic to come forward there, but Hewitt's almost expecting to be there, and he misses the shot because he doesn't have the look he's expecting.
Advantage Djokovic.
Fastest one of the day at 131 up the tee.
Lost his way a little bit on the first serve at the start of this game as well.
Still not bad serving, 75% in this set.
No, but the early part of this game, he gave him a few more second serves than Hewitt's had the luxury of so far.
Jeez.
Right here, this is the hard one he gets to, and then he picks the right side, stays on the backhand side, and he can't believe he missed that one. I think he's going to have a lesson on the backhand volley by the end of this match, because he's missed two he knows he shouldn't have missed. Not a happy bunny there.
That's first serve.
Oh, fantastic movement.
Advantage Djokovic.
Right here, it's a good approach shot. This is a difficult passing shot to handle. He decides to hit the backhand drive, volley, and then look at this movement. Plenty of time. It's great athleticism.
Yes.
Looks pretty relaxed. Not too concerned about Djokovic's fortunes in this game, the most competitive game of the match.
Advantage Djokovic.
Hewitt's had to witness 13 of those fly past him.
Jeez.
Little bit of indecision in that rally.
It was quite interesting because that forehand, you thought he was going to come forward and he kind of gave that bluff look again. And if you hesitate, the next ground stroke becomes very difficult.
Advantage Djokovic.
More frustration for Hewitt to deal with.
Oh, he can't believe he missed
Jeez.
it.
Missed a number of those in the semi-final against Nadal at the French Open, and actually missed one the other day that was a bit of a sitter. I don't know whether he started to get a little bit of a complex about his overhead.
Well, it just looks like he doesn't attack it enough. There's not enough authority there. It's kind of like he just tries to guide it there rather than hit it there. When you get tentative with a smash, you're not going to make them. Oh, that's just too good.
Interesting to note, he's not gone to the drop shot at all today as well.
Advantage Djokovic.
No, he's only hit one today, so been very consistent with his strategy. And he hasn't had to, really.
Game, Djokovic.
Pivotal game, you feel, for Djokovic to win.
No question about it.
Djokovic
Had Hewitt
leads
won that
4
game,
games to 2.
he would have been back in the match. And he missed one forehand there in that game that you'd think at love 30 he would never miss when he was world #1. And those are the slight fractions that make the difference.
Do you think one of the reasons that Djokovic hasn't gone to the drop shot, because probably running straight forward, Hewitt's still as good, but maybe with the hip injury, the twisting and turning has lost a little bit?
Well, no question about it. If you have a hip injury, you don't move as well. There's no question about it. And the hips play an integral part as a tennis player. So he still moves better than most on tour, but he was the best when he was world #1.
$15-all.
First serve and volley of the day. Good forehand drive volley coming up. Oh, he was thinking about Hawkeye, but didn't stop the point. See, that's the conundrum you always have. Am I going to stop the point? I'm not sure. Probably the right play to continue.
$30-all. $40-30.
Had to spend his entire junior life working out how to beat players a lot bigger than himself, Leighton Hewitt, so has a good instinct for how to change up the game.
Juice.
That's a very good point, though. I think, you know, he knows how to play the game, and since guys have gotten more powerful, he realized he's had to get stronger, he's had to change his game, and he's had to progress. And I have to give credit to Hewitt for doing that throughout the years.
Oh.
Advantage Djokovic.
Sizzling return off the racket of the Serbian once again. Once again, planted himself out wide, was waiting for it. Brings up a break point.
Another tremendous return. His length has been exceptional today.
Djokovic leads 5 games to 2.
Hi, I'm Jamie O. This week on Soccer Cities UK, we go to Portsmouth and Southampton. We'll be visiting St Mary's and Fratton Park.
We used to have a very tall striker called Peter Crouch, and he used to bang his head on the television. And that's why we sold him to Liverpool.
Also, this most famous warship ever built, HMS Victory.
Soccer Cities UK, Thursday, 8 p.m. only on Star Sports.
Before the finals, we draw out the kings of knowledge to play the game.
Lev Yashin.
Who are unfazed, undefeated, until now.
Which 2001 football movie starred Keira Knightley?
Pass it like Beckham.
Wrong. Bend it like Beckham. Wrong. Manchester United.
Have a ball of a time. With Samsung Kickoff, Pundit Special, Monday on Star Sports.
Pass it like Beckham.
Download Samsung Kickoff online to experience the game yourself.
Here at Queen's anyway for Hewitt this year are behind him.
But the other thing which is interesting, seeing the Hewitt camp there, is that we might actually have a new champion since 2000, because it's only been Hewitt and Ruddock is still left in the tournament. But Ruddock-Nadal in the semi is going to be fascinating. And if Hewitt goes out today, which it looks like it's going to happen, we might have a new Queen's Club champion in this millennium.
Roddick, I'm sure, will be doing everything he can to not allow that to happen.
No question about it.
Thank you. Ready for play.
Couldn't go through the whole match with that one.
Well, you know, number 2 in the match.
15 love.
It's a bit of surprise tactic there. He had Hewitt well outside the court. He hasn't hit that many today. It's the second one, and he just strikes it beautifully. It almost seems like Djokovic is seeing the ball like it's a beach ball, you know, the one you play out with. I mean, it just seems massive to him at the moment. He's just hitting it so well.
$30-15.
Found it tough to get Djokovic out of position in this match, Hewitt. One of his better forehands.
Y'all.
Still 2 points from the match, Djokovic.
$40-30.
Forehand has let him down. Usually rock solid in that department, but not today.
Set match, Djokovic by 2 sets to love, 6-2, 6-2.
And it was swift, and it was special, and it was just too good for Leighton Hewitt today from Novak Djokovic, the number 2 seed, the number 3 player in the world, also through to the semi-finals, as are Nadal and Roddick, and you can see there what it meant to them. It was, I think, a win, a performance that really underlines the improvements in Djokovic's game over the last 12 months.
There goes Leighton Hewitt. He knows he's going to have to get better for Wimbledon, but let's give credit to Djokovic today. I mean, he played sensational. I think that is the best match I've ever seen him play on a grass court. I watched him all last year at Wimbledon. He looked like he was slipping. He didn't look comfortable. Even though he got to the semis, he looks a lot better, and it looks like he's starting to understand how to play on grass.
Djokovic just signing a few quick autographs before he heads down to have a quick word with, I think it will be Andrew Castle.